Colombian man is dead today following a disastrous crash on Texas Avenue. Good evening, I'm Justin Kolar.
And I'm Brittany Pieper. 35-year-old Brian Rogers was not wearing a seatbelt when his car went off the road and crashed into a utility pole around 3 o'clock this morning. Neighbors told KOMU8 the surrounding homes lost power for 3 hours. Columbia police say the car then hit a concrete sign in front of Inside the Lines. Investigators believe he was driving too fast, but have not released the cause of the crash. Rogers was taken by ambulance to a hospital where he later died.
The Columbia Police Department discovered property damage in one of 2 shots fired calls earlier Sunday morning. The first call happened around 2:25 a.m. near the intersection of Providence Road and Rainforest Parkway. Officers found multiple shell casings near the intersection. However, there were no injuries or reported property damage. The second call happened at 5 a.m. at the 1400 block of Greensboro Drive. Just like with the first call, officers again found multiple shell casings in the area. This time, however, officers found bullets that had hit a car and a garage door. No injuries were reported. With only 65 days to go until the election, Donald Trump is still behind in the polls. This weekend, Trump courted black voters in Detroit while Clinton heads to battleground state Ohio for some Labor Day campaigning. NBC's Jennifer Johnson reports.
Still trailing Hillary Clinton in the polls and
A high schooler in Washington State is in the hospital after a 90-foot fall. It happened Saturday morning on a popular hiking trail in Mount Si during an annual school trip. 2 teens were trying to scale a difficult hill called Haystack. The 15-year-old boy fell and was found unconscious. The other 16-year-old got stuck and was unable to get down. Rescuers transported the injured teen to the hospital and helped the other teen down. In a statement on their Facebook page, their school said the injured teen was doing well. 2 officers in Fresno, California are recovering this morning after they were shot by a visitor at the county jail. The 2 corrections officers are in critical condition after they were allegedly shot by a gang member. Authorities say both of the 10-year department veterans had surgery after they were shot in the heads and necks. Officials say the suspect was also injured and has been taken into custody. Across the country, more and more activists are coming together to protest a new crude oil pipeline. Yesterday, demonstrators in Oregon gathered to protest the Dakota Access Pipeline. The activists appeared to be very passionate about the cause, but the protests remained peaceful. The Dakota Access Pipeline would run more than 1,100 miles from North Dakota to southern Illinois. The pipe would also cut through the Missouri River. If you're looking for some fresh food from the hands that produced it, luckily you don't have to look very far. Earlier today in Columbia, the Orr Street Farmers Market was in full swing. Vendors and consumers throughout the mid-Missouri area gathered today to enjoy the locally grown food. People were not the only ones enjoying the food, though. Here we have a little caterpillar. According to one vendor, it's the people that truly make the difference.
I like the other vendors a lot. I mean, everybody is so helpful and gracious. And just being able to see a variety of people and the assortment and people who are just willing to talk about their own projects and their own interests. And, you know, we find a lot to share.
The Orr Street Market will gather every Sunday through October and is the only market of its kind downtown.
Later in the newscast, Hermine has downgraded to a tropical storm, but citizens still face a threat.
And although the Olympics have left Rio, the political turmoil hasn't.
Right now, you're taking a lot.
During tailgating hours, but right now it looks like kickoff for 6:30 should be dry.
Well, I know Jim and Chris and Tori will not love that Friday night forecast, but I'm personally a fan of it moving out before the game.
That'll be nice. That'll be nice for sure.
Thanks, Michael.
You're welcome.
Hermine is no longer a hurricane, but it still has some punch with 70-mile-per-hour winds. The storm is off the East Coast and crawling up the Atlantic. While it hasn't made landfall yet, it is still causing damage. NBC's Dan Schneiderman reports.
Well, Hermine.
A Turkish news agency reports that 2 people have died and that 79 others were rescued when a tall ship has capsized off the Turkish coast. The report said local and foreign tourists were on board the ship when it capsized in heavy rain and high winds. Search and rescue operations today recovered the bodies of a Turkish woman and a Lebanese man. Police boats and other craft brought survivors to shore. Turkish state media reports that a civilian convoy returned to villages taken back from ISIS by Turkish-backed rebels along the Turkey-Syrian border. Civilian convoys could be seen returning back to rebel-controlled villages. The rebels say that ISIS has been driven out of the border region, securing a 55-mile corridor on behalf of the Ankara government. It's all part of Turkey's plan to drive out the Sunni militants and stop the advance of Syrian Kurdish fighters. Hong Kong voted today in the city's most crucial election since the handover from Britain in 1997. The outcome of this election could pave the way for a fresh round of political confrontations over Beijing's control of the city. It's the city's first major election since pro-democracy protests in 2014. Many of the pro-democracy candidates back the previously unthinkable idea of independence for Hong Kong, which has added to divisions with the broader pro-democracy movement and overshadowed by the election.
Look dry for now for the Mizzou's home opener next weekend against Eastern Michigan.
Talk about a warm-up there, right?
I know,
At the
right?
end of what's supposed to be summer.
Right. It's supposed to, start to cool off about Labor Day, but
I don't think
not this
people are
week.
complaining. Get to cook out and enjoy the